Hey everybody, Trolley Boy here, the troll you can trust, back with a Walking Dead Rose 5 video, featuring a look at the new roadmap called New Recruit, and we're going to look at the two last stages, as they are extremely hard. Since I had no idea going into these last two stages what was going to be thrown at me, you're going to see some successes and some failures along with what I did to complete this roadmap. Looking at the Violet team first, I forgot to hit recording on turn 1, but all you really need to know is nobody died. On the enemy team, but Big Swing and Dick Davie went down to Davie Jones' locker. Second, I want to ask you all the question, who do you think is going to win here? Me or the enemy? Other than that, if you are having issues with this roadmap, there are ways to make it easier. We will first look at going into the roadmaps with territory buffs. As you can see, I am coming in with defense and critical buffs to make the roadmap slightly easier. And to anybody out there that lost to this roadmap with a clit hair of HP left, this could have done the trick for you. Next, we will look at my first mistake I made, and it was during turn 1. Since these enemies are rocking hilarious amounts of defense, HP, and attack, I didn't use any battle items to lower their attack or defense, so that you do not lose someone on turn 1 like I did with Davie, and then force yourself to use another battle item for a revive if you brought salts or incense. A hindsight 2020 look I had with this team is, when going up against enemies with insane amount of stats, impairs AP downs, double attack weapons, heal self-active, and recover impair actives is probably not the best recipe for success, but it is still doable if you do play your cards right. Now let's go back to the first question I asked you all. Who do you think at this point will win? If you are feeling bold and brave enough, post it in the comments down below on who you think will win, with Trolley Poly's Dante versus the RTS version of Stranger Things, Violet. So let's find out. My stun and confuse weapons could also only last so long until this happened. No! Are you fucking kidding me? Then rip. Boom! I lost. Can you all figure out why? I had a bug. Right here, I could not use my battle items anymore throughout the rest of the fight. Which resulted in me constantly hitting Violet for 0 damage, which resulted in 0 AP. I couldn't lower her defense, which could have resulted in me gaining AP, which would allowed me to continuously put out more damage and more CC. Going back with the red team now to kick Violet's ass, which is doable as we had a wave before this so that we can go into the fight with adrenaline rushes ready to go. If you can, make sure you always prep your adrenaline rushes going into a boss fight. On turn 1, we're going to use Glenn's adrenaline rush to give us more attack power and defense. Then Jeremiah's adrenaline rush to lower the enemy's defense, followed by Miraboob's adrenaline rush to kill anyone with lower defenses besides Violet, and stun whoever isn't defense buffed. I keep making the same mistake here of not applying any of my battle item defense debuffs, just making my time harder. Don't do what Trolley's doing. Now we're going to use Mirabelle's adrenaline rush to prevent Diane's adrenaline rush and continue to pick on Violet. Glenn got put out of his misery, which is probably for the better, as having 14 health can't possibly be an enjoyable life. At this point, I remembered I can use battle items, and I spammed the living shit out of it. I was throwing grenades like it's the Vietnam War, making quick work of everybody and grabbing the victory. Going into the last stage, I see it's going to be green and yellow mobs, so I decided to run this full red team. Yeah, what a mistake that was. Looking at this team, I was really hoping for the damage roll survivors on the enemy team to be green, but then I realized they are all damage dealers, even Koa with their current stats, along with the majority of my team not using any combat mods. I wonder if I'm going to win this one. What do you think? I make the same mistake again of not using any battle items at the start. Bad Trolley, which also not having combat mods results in a death on the first turn. Even stunning 3 and lowering defenses here is an immense uphill battle because I need to be able to set the pace at the beginning of the fight with stun on attack weapons or any sort of CC attack weapons rather than adjusting to the pace. Which, going through every turn, I gave up more and more as I knew there was a better team to combat this. Throwing that red team away, we're going to bring up now the green team, the dream team here. This team has all stun weapons, except Glenn. As previously stated, we need to set the pace instead of being reactive. We want to get down the Marlin and Rosies as they will kill 2 every time they adrenaline rush, which is unpredictable with the weapon Marlin has. We don't know if it's going to be a turn 2 or a turn 3. It's good that they at least don't have a command. Making sure to continually use battle items is almost a must here, and once Koa is stunned, we begin to unleash on one of the Marlins until we get a stun. Afterwards, we want to completely have full damage and AP control of our enemy, allowing us to focus fire one of the Marlins down. Once we get rid of a Marlin and continually use our battle items to help control the fight, it becomes much easier, as if you were able to survive versus 2 Marlins, then you should be able to survive versus 1 unless you herp and derp extremely hard. I hope there is something you can take from this video, whether it be which survivors I chose to use, battle items, my mistakes, or anything else. I do wish you all the best of luck with this roadmap, and if you have any questions, feel free to let them rip in the comments down below. Also, let us know the team comps you use, as not everyone will have the same survivors as you and I do. Which means what works for me may not even be possible for you, and what works for somebody else may be possible for you. I think you all know what's coming next. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video and made you laugh for anything positive, please give a nice call Roddy, chop that like and subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Support's greatly appreciated. And on that, I'll get you all in the next video. Bye bye.